Man, it feels so damn good, buddy.
So good. Is it the next Matt Ryan?
Hey, welcome in, folks. It is episode 204 of Out of Your Falcon Mind, Atlanta Falcons fan cast. My name is John. Very happy to lead today, coming to you after a huge win, 34-7 over the New York Giants, with my co-host, Mr. Mike Cottrell, who is also feeling rather jolly today, buddy, on this
Christmas came
Christmas
early,
week, buddy. Yeah, man. How you doing?
Dog, I was really looking to see. I was excited. I was down on the couch 30 minutes prior to game time, which is never the case. But I just wanted to hear what everyone was saying. I even watched the presser after, which I never do. I just wanted to hear what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thoroughly impressed, and I'm easily sold. Just one game, one good press conference. I'm calling it. So he impressed me so much. I'm saying I believe he's the next one. Like you did Michael Vick, and then you did Matt Ryan. I believe it's his team. He looked spectacular for his first game in the NFL.
Yeah, man. We were watching the first quarter of the game. At the end of the first quarter, Liam, we were looking at each other like, man, like this is not his performance, but just overall the team. It was just like this is a fairly underwhelming first quarter here. It wasn't looking like Giants score first. I mean, that was the only time they were going to score in the game, which was great. Started off a little shaky, but dude, yeah, I mean. And we'll go through the stats and whatnot in a little while as well. But yeah, to be his first game against, just a beat up Giants team. I mean, they have, I think there was 21 dudes on the injury report on Thursday, and a couple more got hurt during the game. So I mean, Brian Burns was questionable. He wouldn't quite, I don't think, himself today. He's dealing with like a groin and something else going on too. I can't remember what an ankle, I think. So just a beat up team, but I really don't care, man. It's still an NFL team, and it's still a rookie's first start. So I just want to go on, want to see what the man got. And I mean, outside of one interception, which we'll talk about, dude, he looked great. I mean, I texted you during the game. I was like, all right, I'm sold. I know it's just one game, but I'm like, but the way it's not necessarily what he did, but it's how he did it, like how he operated the team. Even Daryl Johnson talked about it, man. Like the way he's looking off safety, stuff like that, stuff that Kirk wasn't even doing later on in the last couple of games. Wasn't telegraphing throws. He's going to make mistakes, of course. That's going to happen. But like to see it come out like that, dude. Yeah, I'm happy.
I was sold because he was in full command of the offense and extremely early on. Like I hit John, I said, bro, he like a veteran, like a rookie. I said, because he is so poised. I said, dog, he is so calm. And it was glaring from the first quarter. Like, he is calm. He up at the line. He don't look jittery when he dropping back. Like, he just full of energy. And I told John, he appear how Kirk was supposed to be. Like, cool as ice. He just back there, like, let me go through my reads and then make a choice. But Kirk appeared how he would have appeared. Like, Bryce and them would appear like, oh my God, like I'm skittish because this is my first game. He was pump faking. He don't know what to do. And he even slid. He had like the wherewithal to slide when he scrambled. And he just looked smooth, man. He looked confident and smooth. It was like George Gervin. It was like Gail Sayers. The man just looked cool. He looked smooth. He looked like he wasn't just like it was. He looked like it was like his 10th game or like his second season. He was just back there. And that looked cool. And when he took off, he looked fast. His arm looked strong. He appeared smart. And you see what we do when we got a functional quarterback. We didn't do anything like outstanding. Do you see what we do when you're just lucid? You are awake during 1-4. You are clinically alive from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. We should beat the Giants, and we do. So that is important because Kirk lost us in games I feel like we should have won through his play alone. But dude just looked functional. He looked smooth. He looked confident. He looked awesome. He looked functional. He looked like the next one, man.
Yeah, I mean, like Kevo said on the show last week, just don't miss the layups, man. Like, don't miss the layups. And you know, if you had a few shots, take it. He did take a few shots. He had the one, and we'll just go through the drives here in a second. Because that's basically that's the main thing. Everybody wanted to watch today was really Penix, how he was going to perform. Luckily, the defense helped him out hugely. Jesse with the pick six early in the game, and then followed up later in the game with you know, Harrison batting it. I don't even know why he locked through that ball because he was. But anyway, he batted it to Judon, who scores, which was hilarious. So, but yeah, I mean, the defense helped them out big time, like I was saying. And like I said, we'll get into the drives here in a second. 5. All right, what's up, buddy?
5 strike said everybody looked better except for a certain player who shall remain nameless. Oh, we're gonna talk about him.
We're gonna talk about it. Yeah, and hey, chat, and if y'all are listening on Twitter, on YouTube, man, feel free put in the chat.
How did y'all feel?
How you feel about it?
Next. Yeah, dog. I said if Matt Ryan and Vic had a baby, and then John brought up it was 2 + 7, so that was 9 anyway, dog. It's the child of both. He's a blend. I love it. And it was times that if he was too anxious, he could have took off because the C parted, and he proved he was throw first because he kept bouncing. It was times if he was in full panic, he could have took off, and he kept bouncing, and he made the proper throw. I like that.
Yep. Yeah. And it's just going to be Zach really meshing with him, you know, like really trying to figure okay, let's watch the film, let's zone in on what he really does best, what he's comfortable doing, and then go from there. Because, you know, he's been doing the first however many weeks of the season with Kirk, you know, so like it's just as he said last week, as Zach did in his press conference, I mean, like, you know, he has a very different skill set than what Kirk has. So it does open more up that he can. We talked about it. He said he didn't want to say, but he was like, you know, even with Kirk, you know, the playbook. No, it's not. The playbook's not fully open with Kirk. You can we're not idiots. Like, obviously you can't do certain things with Kirk. So yeah, now it's just going to be like, okay, so what how can we make this more efficient and a little bit better? So yeah, but that's the next step.
John H said, "Hey guys, I'm not impressed with offense at all. 20 points against a 2-and team. Yeah, it was the Giants, but it was a rookie quarterback, so it was like me scoring 20 points. So that's you got to be impressed by that. It wasn't like Tom Brady beat the Giants and I'm not impressed. Like somebody that was supposed to. That was the man's first game in the NFL, so you got to give him props for that.
I mean, I get that. I get the point. We know Barley Patterson missed his first field goal, and I was like, son of a bitch. Like, do we have anybody else that can? I mean, like, what are we doing here? Like, nobody, you know. So, but anyway, he did it his next two. And
you had to be impressed with Bijan and Tyler. Still.
I agreed.
And Drake fighting the whole team. Oh man, Liam, what's up? Jake Paul, who? Jake Paul. Hey. Did you see Drake take on like 8 people while Kyle Pitts stood there and did nothing, as John pointed out to me?
I was like, dude, Chris Domino from 6A The Fan posted it here, like in Atlanta, on his account. He was like, dude, more than the interception. He was like, that's what, like, come on, like Drake's sitting here fighting 5 guys, and he's just like emotionless, just kind of like, hey guys, come on! I could hear him in my head. Break it up, guys! Don't do that. Don't hit each other. Break it up, guys. I have no idea what he was saying, but
Ant, he was doing that. He was doing it from Family Guy. Oh no, Big Ant, what up?
But yeah, that was that. He's right though. Like, that was more irritating. I'm like, dude, like homeboy is like going after these dudes, and you're just like chilling. Like, hey guys, get out of there. But yeah, like I said, we'll talk about it. Sour Pickle, what's up, buddy?
Sour Pickle said, "Hey guys, what up? Love this win. You know it was exciting. Jamal had to start of the show. Oh, Penix had to play. He said Penix looked nice. He did, dog. He looked. Pitch, pack your bags. I knew. I said, look, I told y'all. And I said, if he don't do something wild at the end of this game, he gonna get dragged." Sour Pickle said, "You guys are right. He definitely looked like he's been out there for years." That was the benefit of him and what's the name, Bo Nix.
They play a lot of football. Yeah.
Yep. And they both are doing excellent. Penix balled out, Bijan balled out, Jesse Bates 3 balled out, Judon with a pick 6. You never thought you would say that in the same sentence. And a sack. Pitts, never mind. I knew you was coming, but you got to throw Ebiketie in there. He's doing it week to week now.
Mm-hmm.
MC said
Just
Pitts
say
won.
Pitts. Yeah.
He said Pitts done. Liam said I would like to add a draft pick and lose their player named Pitts. Damn.
They're coming for him today,
They are
buddy.
putting hands and feet on Pitts already.
What up,
4
JC?
quarters, what up? He said, I can't believe people got on Drake for his comments in the locker room. He's a dog. And you expect a dog to say, rough. Yeah, every once in a while, as the Giants found out after that pick. Hey, young Drake is a wild animal, so I don't. Yes, he's supposed to say wild shit and do wild shit. Yes.
No, look, if y'all have ever seen Drake do an interview, they're all the same. And he won't say this publicly, but I bet if you're a friend of his or you ask him privately, hey man, what's the least favorite thing about playing NFL football? He would tell you is talking to the media. Yeah. Because that's just the way it seems to him. Like he's not jovial, he's not happy-go-lucky. He's going to answer the questions. He's going to, be polite and stuff like that. But he doesn't look like he's enjoying himself. I don't care. That's fine. Like he basically said last week, he was like, I don't really pay attention. Like the man's on his fifth quarterback, sixth quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, what can he do about it? Like all his job is to go out there and catch the ball no matter who's throwing the ball. So yeah, I can give a shit what he says in the locker room, man. Yeah, because he shows every week, not just this week. He shows every week, man. Like he's going to go after folks. Doesn't matter. He's going to. I mean, he's
and he's going to talk. If you get to talking to him, he ain't the type to take time. He's talking back to shit to you.
Absolutely not. No, exactly.
He said Kyle anyway.
I know, JC. We talked about JC. We've been giving the man the benefit of the doubt, man. Like just saying, like he's not, which he hasn't, man. Like, again, we've said it 100 times. The Rams offense, which we sort of adapted, doesn't really use tight end all that much. Well, hey, why don't you adapt it a little bit to use this tight end? Because he's athletically gifted type of guy. Still not. So he had one catch. Should have been 2, but we'll talk about it later. Yeah.
Well, of course, JC said today was the closest game we had to all 3 phases being in sync. Post-bye week defense, special teams is clicking. And that's 100%. Sad when it's the first game you put your rookie in. He said, MC said, I love the progressions. I told you the progressions were poised. Like I said, he just was back there like 1, 2, 3. Then I'll run or I'll do the screen. Like he was making cool decisions. Penix looked cool, calm, and collected. Like, he looked all the C's. And I'm going to tell you something. It kind of did something. I don't care about Kirk at all. I don't care. I'm happy he got in. But it did something to me when we were swag surfing. And I remember what he did the last time. And he went full white guy this time. He was just, he was just on it. The last time he had the chain on and he went full like, okay, it's not my team. It hurt. It hurt to see.
No,
he wanted to bust it out. He couldn't bust it out in like good conscience. He'd have looked silly. So he just nodding his head.
No, he's just like, that guy's definitely better than me. The guy's definitely better than me. Good job, buddy. Yeah. So yeah, it is what it is.
Graham said, hey, I love Pittsburgh, but not right now on this team. Hands and feet.
I just think I know.
MC said, I guess we're Cowboys fans tonight.
Sure are.
Yes, we are. In the last game when they play Washington. Yes, they are. Yes, we
are. The situation we found ourselves in, guys, this is, we had to root for the Eagles today, which JC was saying. Devonta just has to catch a ball, dude. He's the most sure-handed dude in the league, and he catches the ball, pretty much game is over. Mm-hmm. Doesn't catch it. They have to settle for a field goal. Jaden takes him down the field. They score. So now, we have to hope the Cowboys or the Panthers or the Saints somehow beat the Bucs these last 3 weeks. We have to win out still, and we need to hope that somebody can beat the Commanders as well. You know what I mean? Like
if y'all knew how big the last game of the season was when Dallas played Washington. And I mean, in Texas or DC, like they are they hate each other. Oh, that's the biggest thing. Yeah. It's like the biggest show. It's like Falcons Saints. So for that to be for something and to be the last game of the season, they are going to rumble. That's going to be one of the best games, I guarantee. Jamal said, go Cowboys. Never thought I'd say that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We have to root for Mama Cottrell's Cowboys tonight, man.
Yeah.
So, man. So, chat, y'all just keep it coming. We're just going to have a very open, kind of just chill show. We don't have any kind of script or anything like that. We're just talking about the game and Penix and a few other things before we close the show, too. But, man, the first drive, we're right off the bat had a drop from Ray. Should have been caught.
Oh,
Then had another drop by, was it Drake? I think, was it Drake?
yep.
Or somebody? Yeah, should have been
It was
caught.
great. Yeah. You gotta help your rookie out. I was
Yeah.
scared. Then I said, "Dog, he gonna lose his confidence before he get going."
I mean, I get it. Lefty spin. We've heard about it all week. It's different. Nobody made any excuses. Like all the receivers all week long was like, "Hey, it doesn't." I mean, yeah, it's different, but we still have to catch it. You still have to catch a ball. And Bijan said it too, actually. The 3rd and 2. I think it was a slot fade. If I'm not, I could be wrong on that. But like, do you really want to do that there? Like they're like one of the worst rushing defenses in the league, man. So go ahead and like let Bijan or let Tyler get those couple yards, keep the drive going. If they don't get it, try it again, because there's a good chance you're going to make it on 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, whatever it's going to end up being. Hated that play call, because that was you're driving, you're giving your rookie, a good chance to get on the board, and then just nothing, and we end up then Riley misses the damn field goal, so we get nothing out of it. So it was just kind of just a big letdown off that first drive. Second drive we punt, and then the third drive we finally get the 52-yard field goal. Jesse has a pick six after that. Fourth possession, avoids that sack, dude. Like, I thought he was going down. He showed some strength right there. He stayed in there, threw it away, threw it toward Drake's feet to avoid the sack. Then throws a deep ball to which was very catchable, by the way, to Mooney, but he just got mugged by, I think it was Deontay Banks. Got the PI, which was big. Then he threw a dart to Mooney on 3rd and 6 to get that first down. And then Bijan scored after that, making it 17-7. After that possession, Caden had the strip sack. Well, shout out to Caden Ellis too, man. He comes, man, every week. He's coming for somebody. I told Mike, I'd hate to be the guy like having to be like, oh, that's my guy. Like, I had to stop him from getting to the quarterback because he's relentless. And AK recovered it. Shout out to AK, another sack this week.
AK,
dude, they said somebody posted it. I can't remember who it was. Over the last 4 weeks, I believe it was. Only Micah Parsons has a better rush rate per percentage than AK right now in these last 4 weeks, which is wild. I mean, which is great. It's just progress, man. You're seeing progress.
Yeah.
He just has to keep it up. Now we just need to add
off that corner. No, flying off that corner.
Now we just need to add Micah to the team next year, and we'll have
let's do it. Ooh, that'd be something, wouldn't it? But we gotta pay him. Williams said tough game against the Commanders. Not with Penix. Not with Penix at the helm. Mom said, Merry Christmas, son and John. Love you both. Merry Christmas to you, Mom.
Merry Christmas.
We need the Cowboys to come through for us.
Sure do.
MC said if Devonta and I don't even
Saquon
catch 2 passes, the Eagles will be 14-1. But I guess the Falcons will be 7-8. So there you go. Great point.
You're right. And then the 6th drive, we're up pretty big at that point. A lot of Bijan and Tyler, which is fine. I didn't expect them to all of a sudden just to keep throwing the ball when we're up. Like, there's no reason to do that. Had Drake for a touchdown, basically. And he even said about the game, he should have put the ball a little bit further out, a little higher for Drake, because he's a big dude. But Deontay Banks was able to get his hand in there and knock it away. But then Bijan was able to walk in for the touchdown, which made it 31-7. At that point, I looked at Liam. I was like, dude, are we going to see Kirk in this game? Because it's 31-7. But luckily they did not. They let him finish it out. Which to me, it was, you want him to get all the reps. Like, if you're going to just everyone's important.
You need every one of them. Yep.
7th drive, which more Bijan. Chris Blair, shout out to Chris Blair, his first NFL catch.
That was dope. I thought that was dope.
Yeah, man. He had to come in. Drake went out with a hamstring, which I just saw Torrey McElhenney tweeted earlier. Ross said he could have went back in the game. So, like, it wasn't super serious, thank God, because he, would hate to lose him going into these last couple of games.
And he would have. He the type.
Oh, 100%.
Like, you got to keep him. We already win. It don't matter because he won a Rumble.
Yeah, and I think one of the guys said on the broadcast, he's one of those guys that you do have to protect from himself, because
you got to help. Yeah, his heart is like bigger than his body, so you got to protect him.
Yep. And then Dahlman had a holding call, which brought back a first down run by Bijan, which really, shout out, they did a hell of a lot better job with penalties this game.
Dog, night and day.
Yeah,
we were doing, and I think I could tell the coach or somebody had to tell him, dog, if y'all have plays called back and he getting his footing, it's gonna fuck his footing up. You can't do that. You can't have him hit like bombs away on a hard pass and call back. But they did an excellent job at not doing that today. Shout out to them.
Yeah, the one that one hurt, but I mean, because it was a first down run, then we ended up having to settle for 3 there, which cost possibly, some more points. But, if you're just stat padding at that point, then who really cares? Like the game was already well in hand, so like it is what it is. And then the 8th one, again, just more runs, and we had to punt. So, but like I said, overall, man, like you look at the stats, and we'll bring it up for anybody that hasn't seen it yet. So basically, Penix was 18 for 27. And I'm interested to see what the adjusted completion percentage is because we didn't talk about it yet. But Pitts let's just talk about it. So he throws to Pitts right before the half. 2 things actually on that play. We were rushed because what the hell was Raheem doing, letting that clock go and then calling a timeout? Like that's not the first time, man. Like remember how Dan Quinn was? He had to have a guy like specifically for the clock because he was so bad at it. Like you need one of those guys. If you don't have one, you need one of those guys because that's not the first time that we've been just like terrible with clock management. Because that's why, and I think I saw somebody saying that Raw put that on Penix that he should have thrown that ball away because of the clock situation. Because they would have, if Kyle would have caught it, he would have went down. They'd have had to run up there, clock it real quick with 5-6 seconds on the clock. Dude, if you didn't. You put yourselves in that situation. Like you did that. So that's on you for putting himself in that situation. But I had no problem with the throw. It was right to Kyle. Kyle just decided not to just finish the catch and dude just looked like he just like handed it off to the guy in the end zone for the Giants, which was the only interception that he had for the day. But it just dude, when I literally asked Liam right before that, I said, "Where is Kyle?" I said, "Is Kyle even on the field?" Because I hadn't seen him and I hadn't paid attention. But his name hadn't been getting called. But then when the first time you touch it, that happens. Like, dude, you're inviting all this stuff, man.
Dog, I feel bad because I'm here in Atlanta, and when he get dragged, I'll be the first one to be like, "Hold on, it's not fair because he don't have the targets." So he's saying he'll bust. He don't have the stats, but he don't have the chance to have the stats. And then he got like a quarterback like. Come on, carousel, bro. This ain't fair to him. But the part today was fair to you. Like you are inviting the shit. Like I can't stand up for that shit you did. No. And then it's like you're showing the clips they have of you all kind of appear like you don't even care or you don't want to play. And you can't get that on tape like that many times and still be appealing to people. And what I'm saying is Brandon Marshall. I'm saying Dez Bryant. I'm saying it was players like Calvin Johnson to where you are covered, but I'm gonna throw it to you anyway. Because I think that you're stronger and you're tougher and you're bigger. And when that ball isn't, it's like Drake. I think that you'll go grab it out of the air, man, and you'll just save me from this half and half thing I just threw up. And you will watch Dez Bryant go up, and you was gonna have to rumble. You watch Brandon Marshall go up, you was gonna have to rumble. Drake is one of the goats of you. You gonna have to rumble. It's a half and half ball. That's why they call it that. It's a half chance. It's an interception and a half chance that you get it. Now I'm banking on you, man. With Kyle. He give the most nonchalant, like I tried. And it's like, you could tell he'll try I tried trophy kid. We all have a trophy. Like, no, catch the ball. And then when John pointed out some shit I really don't like, when the team is fighting or your man fighting and you standing there or you walk away or you don't do nothing, at least push the players off him or break it up. When you not involved, it just seems like you don't care about shit that's happening on this field. You don't care about your teammates. You don't care about the score. T.O., if y'all remember that catch, he was playing against the Packers, okay? And they threw, I think it was Steve Young threw it to him. And T.O. knew he was about to get cookies and cream sandwich. I mean, he was going to get hit from behind and the front. But I believe it was the playoffs. T.O. knew, like, I'm about to get murdered. And T.O. made that catch and got murdered. And came down with his hands on the ball. Kyle Pitts is too big to be not doing the same thing. He's a large man, a fast, big giant of a man. And I can't defend you this week, bro. I defended you all up to this week. But after you dropped a touchdown pass and then you didn't redeem yourself, I don't really, you gonna be trade value in a minute.
Yeah, I said about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I was like, if you're number one, if you're not going to involve him in the offense, then
You
you might
out.
as well trade him.
Yeah.
But if you're going to, or when he is involved, if shit's going sideways, then it just seems like he needs a new start, man. Like just a
Mhm.
new start somewhere else.
Mhm.
Like it's probably best for our team. It's probably best for him. For whatever reason, Matty is the only guy who could unlock him.
Matty got
and
and Matty unlocked him, but he's been locked ever since.
I get it. You know, you go from Matt, you go to Mariota, to
Mhm.
Desmond Ritter, to terrible ball placement. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Gets hurt. MCL, PCL, not stable on it, not secure with it. I understand that. Kirk, though, I mean, and he had some good games with Kirk earlier in the year. You know what I mean? Like, so it's just I don't know. That's where I'm at. I'm at a loss. I don't know if it's
Mhm.
him. I don't know if it's the offense. I don't know if it's a combination of both. It just seems like whatever it is, it's just not working. Period.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So it just seems like, yeah. I mean, and he's already signed for next year. So like that's my thing is hopefully close out the year strong. Either you're going to keep him and make him because it's a waste of a talent. It's a waste of a space when you can go.
I think you make him.
It's one or the other, right? You have to either make him part
Yeah.
of the offense, or you're going to have to trade him and get a piece that's going to actually contribute to the defense. To the something that's going to be a bigger contributor. But either way, that did suck. But anyway, back to the stats here. Penix was 18 to 27. Like I said, it's probably if you take those drops out there, he's probably more like 22 of 27. Like he was pretty spot on except for a few misses. 202 yards. There were no TDs, just the one pick we just talked about. Drew Lock just their whole situation with New York it's just a bad. They're a fucking dumpster fire over there, dude. 22 of 39, 210 yards, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown. He had 3 sacks, which we already talked about. Those were all from our guys. Bijan, 22 carries, 94 yards, running the ball good. Tyler, 11 carries for 22. Then Ray had the one we talked about that before the show. Like it just seemed like later in the game, Zach was like, "Hey, let's just try this out. We haven't done this in a while." Like
He's feeling himself. I told John he got so cocky when the shit start working. He it's like I don't know if you ever seen a child who you could say, "Man, you could curse now," but you never gotta. And then they just like, "Fuck shit, motherfucker!" Cut like that's what he was doing. He was like, "Oh, that worked. Oh, that worked. Yeah. Oh, we could do this. Oh, we could do." Then he just was hitting buttons, and it was adorable. But really,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, receiving wise, man. I mean, Mooney 6 targets, London 8 targets, which is great. 5 receptions each. Barrere with 3 receptions. Again, Chris Blair, congrats to him on his first NFL catch. I thought Bijan might be involved more in the passing game than he was, but hey, whatever. 2 targets. That may increase as time goes along because I think you still have to utilize. I mean, and Tyler's good too in the pass game, but you really need to utilize that aspect of Bijan's game, which I don't think we've really tapped into yet.
I'm gonna tell you what I thought was cool about him when he's the starter. Is you fully understood like anyone can get the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? He's not limited. He might go deep. It might go to anybody. So they all have to run the full route. Like he can get anybody the ball. So that was dope.
Yep, absolutely. And then on defense, Caden again led the team in tackles with 7, had the 1 sack, Arnold with the other sack, and then Judon with the 3rd sack. And then so I mean, just
what like picture I said, do y'all have of Caden? Because he is playing like y'all done showed him some Polaroid pictures of himself in a compromising position. He is balling out with a new motor. He got a new transmission, man. He is coming for blood every game, man. I love it.
And check out the 3rd down. I mean, 8 of 14 this week, which is so much better than we have been recently. And that's I'll have to go back and watch it, on the rewatch, and see how many of those situations were. It felt like a lot more were 3rd and short, which is ideal. That means 1st and 2nd downs working better for you. But either way, I mean, we just haven't been good on 3rd down a lot or at least a lot recently. So that was really good to see. They were only 3 of
1st downs, John.
22 1st downs to their 14. Yeah.
It's like 10 and 11 though. So you're almost perfect.
That's passing 1st downs.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
can do both now. Thank the good Lord.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, and 11 rushing, but that's
Mm-hmm.
almost perfect balance of first downs. You can't beat. It's hard to beat that. And I understand. I don't want for y'all to hear. I understand it was the Giants. I'm not talking shit. I understand they are probably the worst team in the league. I get it. But oh man, them and the Jets. That's New York. Sorry. And Jay-Z and Diddy. What's wrong with New York? Hey, I'm sorry, New York. Shit.
It's a whole nother
It's
show,
a whole
man.
other thing going on in New York. All right, shit. I don't mean to delve, but so I'm not trying to brag, but it's still dope to see a struggling team kind of turn around. Because we would, if this was Kirk playing, I think there's a chance that it would have been a closer game and we possibly would have lost. So it's good to see us play well. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it would definitely. I think it would have been closer for sure. But unfortunately, I mean, that's just what the last few weeks have showed us. When you score 15 against the fucking Raiders, then yeah, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. It's too close. I don't know. So when they do this, I want this against the teams we should beat. I was saying this all year. The teams that we think, oh, we up here and they down there, where the score should be like this.
Yes.
So I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying, yeah, bro, this is what this score should be if you a better team and you playing against a 2-win team. It should not be a close game. And that's what the Raiders do. It should not be a close game. So when we do it, and I'm proud of it, I'm not bragging or talking shit at the Giants. I'm just like, okay, well, this is what it's supposed to be.
No,
like
dude,
you parallel park the car. When you parallel park the car right, I'm proud of you, man. I'm glad you got it in the lines, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I tweeted out in the third quarter. Like, I don't give a shit if it is the Giants. We haven't been able to relax and enjoy a game in the third quarter in a long ass time, man. Like, so, and it's just I don't care.
Early on in the season.
Right. I mean, I don't even know. Do we even have a?
No.
I mean, no. That was tight. I mean, like all the games were tight.
Yeah, all the games are close.
But
so it was
it was nice to put it on somebody that we should have put it on, like you said. Red zone attempts 2 of 4, getting better. That's been a struggle all year long too. Again, that's just that situational play calling we got to get better at down there. Rushing yards, we went for 127, only held them to 45, which again they were in throw mode pretty much the entire game when they got down early. And then we held the ball 11 minutes longer than 9 minutes longer than they did, which is good because we're normally right there or underneath.
And I just want to say this too: if Kyle hadn't dropped that pass or did what he did, the team as a whole will have 0 turnovers.
Yep.
Now that has been the plague of the team. Kirk Cousins, it's all type of fumbles, throwing picks, and for the team that was on Kyle Pitts. But if he don't do that, it's 0 turnovers, and we had like limited flags, so the whole team played better today. Except I won't even say, and I don't even say Kyle Pitts because the man had like 2-3 targets. Like I can't judge him on, even though he messed that up, and he should have helped Drake. Though when you got 2 targets a game, I can't pull like a judgment from it.
Yeah, I might since this is Christmas week and we're not working as much this week, I might try to do a 22 this week and look at the offense just because I'm curious myself. I want to see.
I can't say he's some trash like everybody said. But I can't say that because what he did with Matt.
Right. Well, it's like just like we again, until you can see the 22 film, like on the unless you're at the game and you're watching every play and you're watching him specifically every play, it's hard. The TV copy, you can't see what happens down the field, so you don't know if there's a guy open or not. You may, if they show a replay, you're going to find out. But like that's why I want to check the 22 to see like was he open several times and not like him just not throwing the ball, or was he not included, or was he blocking? Like what exactly the situations was he in that basically led to 2 targets and 1 catch and basically an interception because of him. Look, y'all, like I said, if I've got time this week, we also have a new puppy in the house, so it's just like having a newborn.
It's Penix.
So it's Penix, buddy. Yeah, he's asleep right now, thank God. But he's him and Kane. They're hilarious, man. Kane was scared to death of him the first night. Like we brought him home, like he was like, "What is this little thing? Why is he chasing me? Like this is my house." And then also Amanda brought another puppy home that we were given. We were basically just somebody bought it from Florida, so we were meeting her here, so she didn't have to drive all the way. So we had him for that night as well. So there was 2 pups in the house, and Kane was like, "What in the entire hell y'all doing?" But then he left the next morning, and now he's definitely they've gotten used to each other. But now it's just like constantly there's mouthing at each other.
Yeah.
Kane doesn't realize he's 3 times the size of him, so he's like knocking him down. And like, I looked over at one point, he's got his head in his mouth. I'm like, dude, like, no, he's not a snack. He's not a snack. You gotta like leave him alone.
I love it.
But he's awesome. But so anyway, but if y'all have had a puppy before, y'all know it's like having a kid. So sleep's definitely at a minimum right now. So we're doing our best. But yeah, anyway, back to the game. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do the 22 this week though. So I'll try to put that out sometime later in the week. Yeah, I do too. Because I'm very curious to see how that all looked out. King Richie, what's up, buddy?
King Richie said, fellas, this looks like a whole new offense. Penix out there throwing lasers. Our receivers not used to that. I said this on the last show. You would be a fool. Professionally, you have to act like you hurt for Kirk. Oh man, he's been a stand-up guy. He's been a professional. But you go home to your wife and your kids and say, "Watch next week. I'm gonna have 2 touchdowns, 200 yards. Just watch next week. I'm telling you, you could give me the ball. I'll be wide open on every play." You go home and you tell you, "I'm telling you, watch me." And you saw that in the players today, and even in Zach. I said this on the last show. No one was happier than Zach Robinson. He went home and told his wife, "I'm telling you, I'm gonna look like a whole new coordinator. I'm gonna look like the best guy. I'm gonna look like Shanahan or something." And you could tell when his stuff started working, it was a new feeling. It's just kind of sad, but it was a new feeling for him. He was like, "Oh, look, he made the throw." He didn't know what to call. He felt like he could call anything. So he started calling shit from the back of the playbook. I could tell he was getting sexy with it, and I just thought it was cute because it was oh my God, I can use all my plays, and I thought that he was the most kid in the candy store, more than Penix, because it was like, oh my God, I could do the job I thought when I came that I had in my mind. Oh my God, it's gonna be bombs away. I got all these toys. I can use all my toys. It was fun to watch Zach today, and he got excessive, and I thought even that was dope. Because with Kirk, it was the opposite. Like, I got to pick 12 good plays that he can for sure hit the throw.
Yeah.
And stick to these 12 plays and just, oh my God. And then he messed those 12 up. And then you say 8 plays. And then it was like, he got to sit down. Right. So it was really fun to watch Zach and just watch him next week. Because now he know what you can. He didn't scheme for this. He just hitting all the buttons. Can you imagine what he's going to do next week? So I said, the guy who we going to be like, oh, wow, he the best is Zach. He gonna be viewed as the genius. Who, oh my God, watch.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, there's a few things that I got to go back and check and see what the play action rate was, but I felt like we did that more because he can. That's the thing. Like when you have a running game like we do, you better be able to play action, man. Like that's huge. Like that's huge. One thing I wouldn't mind seeing go away is the pistol. I mean, like I think they were using the pistol a lot just to help Kirk out and his immobility, and you know what I mean. I don't know if that's really needed at this point. But whatever. Just nitpicking. But yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting like I didn't know. I mean, it's a rookie's first game, so you don't know. You're expecting good things because it's like, he's played a lot of football. You've heard great things. He's said and done all the right things, but you really don't know till you get into the game, right? So I didn't have like insane expectations for Zach because they're both, like I said, they're both filling each other out. They're going to see like, okay, this is how he performed on this play against this defense or against this, this scheme, against man, against zone, whatever they're playing. That's all shit they have to go back and figure out. You know what I mean? And just sit there and go like, okay, this is what we did good. So we didn't do good. We got to work on. I was one thing he wasn't good at.
The first play, John.
I mean, yeah, right. I mean, like the one thing he wasn't great with in college was, like I said on the last show, was like when the pocket got scary, he wasn't that great, and he actually hung in there today. He hung in there and still didn't panic, found the guy. So that's stuff that's he's gotten better at, and I think he'll only get better obviously in this league because that's just going to keep happening to him. But I mean, and didn't hear. I mean, Caleb had a couple of rough snaps, but I mean, other than that, I mean, I think Brian Burns being kind of dinged up helped him, but
Mhm.
it wasn't. I don't want to. We're just coming off the game, so I don't know 100%, but I'm gonna go back and watch it and see. But I mean, Caleb, I think did an okay job, So I mean, we're all worried about him protecting Penix's blind side, but I think so far so good, What's up, Johnny?
Said, what's happening out of your Falcon mind? We out of our Falcon mind. He said, win at the Benz. Let's go, Falcons. Rise up. We rose up. Liam said he's only good for video games.
Talking about Pitts.
Kyle Pitts. Damn.
Yeah. He just got him in NCAA. He's a monster in NCAA. So.
Only good at video games, Kyle.
Yeah.
Terry, what up? Terry said, happy holidays, Falcons.
Happy holidays, buddy.
Oh, Santa came early, buddy. Sour Pickle said, for sure, I hate to say it, but they're gonna have to move on from Pitts. Ouch! Maybe they can get some kind of draft pick for him. He seems so disinterested, bro. That's what you get. Like, I don't care. It's very, very disappointing.
Yeah.
Liam said he's just a decoy. Yeah, he is the best decoy that the league has ever seen. That's all he do every game. He out there. Do y'all understand that we ain't even unlocked? Yeah, no, that's what I'm telling you. It's players you ain't even seen yet. It's players you ain't even seen. Can you imagine next year and we spend a little more money? Maybe get Mr. Parsons over here. Maybe.
I mean,
right?
Unless I missed it, which is possible. I thought we were going to see Helms at some point this season. I didn't think that was a season-ending type of deal for him.
I didn't either.
But I'm assuming we are. I mean, we're 3 games away. I don't know if they're just going to call it or not. But, yeah, I mean, I wonder how they see him in this defense because we don't know. But, if depending on what they do with Simmons or not, if they bring Simmons back, I mean, it could be Helms' job next year to take that safety spot. We'll see. But yeah, Trice, man, hopefully he comes back, and then Dorless too. Dorless, it wasn't active today. Rook was, but
got healthy Troy Anderson with them.
Hopefully, jeez. And shout out to Zach Harrison again, man. He's blocking another punt, get his hand on the punt today, and that dude, both defensively and on special teams, killing it. What's up, JT?
Fellas, JT said it's a good dub for the young quarterback. I'm telling you, he was all class.
Sure is.
Conference. Yeah, I want to play well for the team as a whole because I thought strategically, as soon as that shit ended, he called it. Well, I told you, motherfucker, if they let me motherfucking play, I was gonna do this shit for the city. I'm telling you, as soon as he got off. When he got in the locker room, the players were so happy for him that it's hard because you see Kirk standing right there. Ray and them wanted to hug him and pick him up, but Kirk right there. Look, it's like your ex and like your new girlfriend right in the same thing, and she just staring at you like, "Well, you never took me to blah blah blah," and you sitting there like, "Oh man, I don't know what to say," and that's how I felt. But they were so happy for him. And I'll be honest, I studied the presser too. That's why I watched it. It's part of the job for the quarterback. You got to say the right thing. You got to be
100%.
simple wise. That's part of the quarterback's job. When it ain't the quarterback, who cares? But the quarterback got to know. And he handled himself with class. He was young. I thought he was more scared in the presser than he was on the field. You see the frog in the throat, the little nervous. It's your first time, and everybody staring at him. He was a little nervous in the presser, but had no nerves on the field. So it's just part of it. It'll come with it. But he said all the right stuff. He didn't gloat. He didn't brag. He didn't shit on the Giants. He did everything properly. That's part of the job. And he crushed that. So he should be damn proud of himself at start to finish for how he handled himself today. But that's a wild thing. Kirk, the whole league talking about you all week. It's a lot of pressure. It's the Giants, but for you, it's a lot of pressure. For you, it's the Super Bowl. It's the Giants but for you, let's see what you do because you was the pick after they paid all. Yeah, and they done benched him. Let's see what you. Is he gonna get? Let's see what you. And all like the rookies are playing well from quarterback. They putting all the pressure on you all week. So for you, it's your Super Bowl. Man, if you come out and struggle, it's just normal. But they gonna drag your ass.
Yep.
So you can't. So the way he handled himself from start to finish was professional. It just seemed like you would be the guy. You seem like the guy. You smell like the guy. You look like the guy. You might be the guy. So just proud of him. That's a hard thing to do what he did. So when the guy said he wasn't impressed, no, you don't have to be for the team as a whole. But for that young dude to come in and do that, that was impressive, bro.
Yeah. 100% agree, man. I couldn't have said it any better. And I mean, Jimmy Johnson said, I think it was Jimmy on Fox, that he wished that the Falcons would have made the move a couple of weeks earlier
Me too.
To Penix, which
But you
we've been saying, it's a shitty situation, dude, because you paid Kirk the money, you brought him in here for a reason, so you're going to give him the chance to get out of his funk. You know what I mean? Like, now, as fans, and we said it, like after that Chargers game, to me, I was like, okay. I mean, like 4 picks, and it was just a terrible. We should have won that game going away. Then I'm going to Penix at that point, because that was like, well, at that point it was, you had the Saints game, the Broncos game, the bye week. You're expecting something to go better, to get to look more improved. You come out and look worse against the Chargers. Crazy. So to me, I was like, all right, let's go make the move then. In my head, I mean, they're not going to, of course, because again, they're going to give. And Raheem wasn't joking. They gave him every single possible chance to come out of it. I mean, against a shitty Raiders team. You know what I mean? So, which thankfully we won that game. But I think if I mean, it's just in hindsight, and it's fucking illogical, and it's magical, and it makes no sense. But yeah, to me, he probably wins that Chargers game, probably wins the Saints game. You know what I mean? Like, if you just do the bare minimum in those games, like, you win those games. So, like, because again, the rest of the team did their job in those couple of games for the most part, especially the Chargers game. But regardless, man, we're here now. So we'll talk about.
So I want to throw this in there. Man, I didn't want Kirk. I'm not his fan. I'm not impressed by him. But when they were sure he was the guy and they paid him all of that, I was on board with Kirk. All right, let's go, Kirk. He's like a veteran, and I thought he gonna get us there. So we have a chance. It was a cool time. When they got Penix, it was a stir in Georgia. We like argued with each other. If you recall the draft show, it was split. So we was all split. It was we didn't know how to take that, because but we just paid all this dude this money. If that wasn't some Falcon shit I remember everybody said that was some Falcon shit, that we don't even need a new quarterback. Why would you have done it? This don't make with the first pick. No, and it was an argument all across the state of Georgia. Like, why would they have done this? And man, most of us, we didn't agree with that. Because where are you going? You just said that you was going here. He was going to be the guy for the next few years. And then you did this. But this don't make no damn sense. And you just think that this don't make no sense. And I want to say this. Clarity is given in retrospect. Thank God. Oh, thank God we got Penix now. All of us that was like, what type of dummy? Oh, thank Terry. I want to personally apologize to you from me and Biscuit, okay? Because you, my friend, are a great American, and I owe you an apology. And now it's thank God you did, because had we just banked on that old man, we would be in the same space into the offseason. Now he washed. Now what we gonna do? Now we don't know what we gonna do. And just thank God they had the approach that most of us did not agree with that approach. How you gonna build it? How you gonna try to win now and build for the future at the same time? What type of dumb shit? Thank God they had the insurance policy that they had for Kirk. So, and that could be why they got the insurance policy. He looked good, but just in case, I ain't getting fired now. And because just in case he shit the bed, I'm gonna get him too. Great move in retrospect, but at the time we trashed that. So shit, I just wanted to say that I remember we was all like, what is happening? It was a great move in retrospect.
Yeah, man. And that's been the talk of Falcons Twitter all week long, is the whole, because it came out, and I don't know if it's been confirmed or not, but Adam Schefter said that sources, and y'all know how I feel about it. If y'all watch the show, y'all know I think sources is complete bullshit. Because most of the time it's wrong. I mean, if you just say sources, you can say whatever the fuck you want. I can say sources too, and then say some crazy shit, and then you just have to either believe it or not. But anyway, but typically Schefter is mostly good. We know that, right? So Adam Schefter is typically pretty good. But he does miss, and he put out a thing that says sources say that the Falcons plan on cutting Kirk prior to the March, whether 1st, 17th, whatever it was, deadline, which means we've talked about on the show. That's the least good thing that we can do from a cap standpoint. We're going to need a lot more dead money by cutting him before then. It's possible that if that's the case, that Kirk's people or Kirk's already said, hey, look, if y'all try to trade me, I'm going to invoke the no trade clause. I'm not going anywhere. Or so if that's the case, then yeah, you're going to have to cut him if you don't want him to be on this team at all. Like if you don't want him to be a backup and he doesn't want to be a backup, like there's got to be that, that has to be agreed upon, I would imagine. So yeah, if you have to cut him, then whatever. And Denver did the same thing. Denver signed Russell, that big ass contract, cut him. They're paying out the ass for him this year, but nobody cares because they're making the playoffs this year more than likely with Bo Nix. So if we make the playoffs this year, I don't think anybody really care. If we make the playoffs next year, I don't think anybody really care. As long as the team's playing well. Now, does it prevent you from doing some things? Yeah. I mean, that's what was it, $62 million cap, dead cap? I mean, it's going to prevent you from doing a few things. And you only get 14 games out of Kirk, which I said at the beginning of the season, I didn't think we would see Penix this year, barring Kirk gets hurt again or he fell off a cliff. I did not see him literally doing this. I don't think anybody did. Like, so there might have been a few folks. If y'all anybody just really just said, Kirk's, you're a hell of a prognosticator. I didn't see it. I thought, okay, the 4-year deal sucks, but it's really a 2-year deal. I can be on board with that. We get 2 good years out of him. He's gonna be 38. Time to cut bait. You know what I mean? I've never seen like playing pretty well and all of a sudden just gone. Right. So like nobody can really predict that. Like it's not as, I mean, maybe we don't know, man. It's a freaking, like nobody knows. I mean, is Achilles hurt more? He says he's fine. He says he's not hurt. Okay, well, your arm just died, dude. Your arm just died like on live television from week whatever to week whatever. Like it left. Know what I'm saying?
It did.
Like, and it's like, what the fuck? And so, and it wasn't, it was not all Kirk. I mean, like it was a combination of some of the play calling and stuff, but that it makes it harder on your play caller when you can only do certain things.
Yeah.
So it's both, man. It's still both, but damn, like
his arm died on live television. It did because it did. His arm died in front of you. Like you got to see somebody's arm from like week to week just go off the cliff.
Yeah, so it's just a tough thing. It's like you want to be pissed off and blame somebody. You want to blame Terry. Like, how could you go? Well, I mean, it's tough. Like, I get it. You bet on a veteran coming in here and leading because we haven't had a vet the last few years. Mariota, if you want to count that, but the dude left in week 12 or whatever the hell it was. He pieced out whenever he didn't going to get his job back. So I'm not even going to call him that. I'll call me since Matt. You haven't had that stabilizing presence in the locker room. If you were going to, I think Penix could have done that. He's one of the few rookies, I think, again, because of his age, because of the amount of football he's played. If you were to ask him to come in and do that, I think he probably would have. Who knows, though, as far as his play goes. I mean, you see all across the league, and like the Strouds, and even with Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, like this is not the norm. Like we're seeing like some really damn good quarterbacks. Most of the time you see guys start as a rookie, it's not a good situation.
Bryce Young. Yep.
Yeah, it's going to take a couple of years, So, and nobody in the Falcon, no fan wanted to hear that. I mean, we've taken 3 straight top 10 picks, whatever it was, and it's like they wanted to hear like we want to compete now. Okay, well, they went and got you a quarterback that theoretically looked like you could compete now. You know what I mean? And you went and added Judon, which you added Simmons, great. I mean, like it's tough, man. It's just it's some work out, some don't. That's a shitty one not to work out because that's a lot of money, and that's a lot of money. So I get it. I totally understand it. I understand the frustration with it. But if the team wins, people will care a lot less. If we miss the playoffs, it's gonna be a lot louder. I think, and at least on Twitter, it just seems like it went from probably 85% of people in support of Terry to like almost flipping. Like it seems like fans have almost completely flipped on Terry. I would have to go back and do like a deep dive on pretty much his draft, his free agency, the whole 9 yards to make like a really clear statement on it. I think he definitely could have done better in some instances for sure. But he's also made some good plays and some good calls as well. So it's just I don't know, man. It's just a tough situation. It sucks. It's like I said, me and Mike Tyler were talking before the show. This is literally the worst as far as that situation went. That's the worst possible scenario. Is Kirk sucked ass so bad you had to take him out and you gave him every chance, but you had to bring in Penix before you wanted to, and now you got to figure out what you're going to do with this contract. And it's going to affect the team one way or the other. So it just sucks. I mean, that's not the ideal situation or the ideal outcome of that whole signing. You know what I mean? So but like I said, here we are.
Man, I don't think any of us likes to. We have all spent some money on like something, and in like retrospect, you just staring at it like, why would I have bought this? Why would I have? What made me spend this amount of money on this thing? And you want to take it back now, or you want to just, why would I have spent this on it? Right. And then especially if you in a state where you like need it for something else when you could use the money. But there are just some times where, man, at the time you spent the money, you're making the smartest choice that you had in that moment, and the smartest one he had in that time for what we had just experienced with stupid ass and Ritter. I think that it was like, oh no, I'm spending this money and get a veteran just so we don't have the stupid shit. Because remember, what we had was, I'm gonna throw the ball straight to the man. I'm a fumble and all type of bloopers and follies. You in your mind, just go get a veteran, because he won't do that. Jesus, just go get a functional veteran. And then, oh my God, it's one available, and he was crushing it, but he got hurt. Oh yeah, pay him. That's the smartest choice currently. But then when the draft come, hey dog, if we could get him, he would be perfect for here. Oh my God, he's still on the board. Scratch all the fucking plans. Get him. I didn't think he was gonna be still on. No, get him. And we'll worry about the shit later. We have a cool problem to have. And then you don't agree, because who won a cool problem? Until it come to what I just saw. Thank God we got a cool problem. Oh, thank God that you got both of those. Because imagine if we had to be like, yo, Kirk is the guy, and like the backup is like Taylor Heineke. So there's no, if you come in, he could win. And the guy even said, I think Daryl Johnston said it. You gotta have a guy who in number 2 who could be one now. Like if he come in, he can win. It ain't just if you hurt for a game, he can be functional. No, yeah. If we put you in, can you win the games? And you went and got that. And thank God we went and got that. It just seems smart now. But you waste your money sometimes. That's we all do that. Like, damn, I spent that. Why would I have bought that thing? I didn't even need it. We do that from time to time, but he didn't do something dumb, is my point. At the smartest thing at that time was you go get a veteran, and he went and got the best available veteran. So I don't think he did anything, oh my God, you so stupid that you need to get fired. He just missed.
My bad. Yeah, I mean, a lot of folks agree with it. Thought it was a good idea. A lot of folks thought, it's a risky idea. I mean, when you and I agreed on it, when Savion and I did that quarterback show, that's the reason Savion and I didn't want to go with Kirk, was because of this very reason. Like, if you don't hit and you pay him a ton of money, like, like that's going to hurt. I hate being right about it, but it's like it's come to fruition now. Like our thing was, this quarterback class is full of guys that could be potentially real, long-time starters. If you're committed to one of them, then go get them and let's build around them. You know what I mean? We have good offensive pieces. Okay, let's go build that defense now. Like that was our thought. Like, let's just go get your guy. But of course they didn't do that. They went this direction. Or like we said, Justin Fields. We said Russell Wilson. Both cheaper options. Both could be bridge guys. Russell's a hell of a lot cheaper, like way hell of a lot cheaper. But they didn't go that direction.
He was who I wanted.
Right. That's who you wanted. So it's just like I said, when they signed, I wasn't upset because Kirk's not a bad guy. He wasn't a bad quarterback. I mean, like it just seemed like a hell of a lot, and I when I broke it down, I was like, okay, 2 years, I can live with that. You know what I mean? And not guaranteed the full 180. You just, get the 2 years, basically guaranteed $100 million, call it a day. So, it is what it is. It's just, it just sucks that, like I said, he had to just fall off basically like that. And I mean, if that report's true, then yeah, he'll be cut, sometime in March, or before March. And then, we'll be moving on.
And here's what I just want the fans to understand. You don't have to suffer the consequence of like the bread or the money. You don't. So I don't want y'all to have it in your soul, like you spent your money on Kirk Cousins and you personally.
Right.
So what I'm saying is you should be nothing but excited for Penix. Yeah, we spent it wasn't your money. So yeah, exactly. You wasted your money. But hey man, Penix and then the only thing that what he just said was it could prevent you from spending in the future. Like some things you could get, you won't be able to get. But for right now, with what you just saw today, who cares who smears Kirk, Smuzzins, Cousins, Luzzins, Buzzins? Who cares? It's about Penix. It came from Santa himself, ladies and gentlemen. Santa knew that we have been long suffering. He remembered Michael Vick. He brought us Mike Vick. He brought us Matt Ryan. But then it was lump of coal, lump of coal, lump of coal, lump of coal into this year, baby. Rudolph done got Jay. Rudolph got it slanted right to all our chimneys. And Penix came, this beautiful, tall god of a man came down your chimney with this long left arm, stretch Armstrong.
And his do-rag.
Yeah, the do-rag. Throwing darts and oh man, he looked great. He was poised. He threw lasers, throw bullets, throw darts, dropping dimes, and that came from Santa. So you should be nothing but excited. Our 3 quarterbacks, Marcus Mariota, Desmond Ridder, even Kirk Cousins, just to not have
You left your boy out there. You left Taylor out there.
Yeah. Oh, Taylor. And I talked to most. I have most faith in you. So you let me down the most. That's 4 quarterbacks after Matty. Oh, it just made me appreciate Matt so much more. And Kirk, I just want to say this. Now I want to drag you for this. The best game you play is when Matty is in the stadium and you want to show off. You scumbag. If you was gonna play like that in front of Matt, you should have played like that all the time. You don't embarrass. You used to play your worst game in front of Matt. It's his team, yeah, it's still mine. But you showed out in front of Matt, like, yeah, this is my team now, and then went right back to Kirk Cousins. So I don't appreciate what you did there, sir. Long live Matty Ice, but long live Michael Penix. I think he's number 3, and we should be nothing but excited for what we saw today. It appeared from one game. And I know how stupid that sounds, like we got our franchise quarterback. But it just feels good to say that.
Absolutely does, man.
You could go for a decade without having that. And you don't stand a chance at the start of the year when you keep playing musical chair. When you got your guy, you at least have a chance.
Browns, Jets.
Oh,
I mean, damn.
Washington just got the guy. And the last
years for them.
Washington was like RG3 or something. That was long, man. That's crazy. And he wasn't a franchise. He was only there for 1 year. So the last guy in Washington that was a franchise quarterback was maybe Mark Rippon or some shit. Bro, that's insane. Sauer said, and the Browns, it was who?
Their lap.
Bernie Kosar, come on, man.
You're going back if you're trying to find a Browns franchise quarterback. Yeah,
you don't know how long it take. Man, it could be 10 years, 15 years for you to get the guy. So you count your lucky stars when you hit on that. Sour Pickle said they need to change that stat so those kind of interceptions aren't on the QB. Yeah, it should have an asterisk.
Yeah, it should have an asterisk. Yeah, that's
call that on pitch. Sour Pickle said if it's in their hands and they do that, they get a negative stat. Yeah. Drops for interception type. Atlanta Falcons Fandemic said, what's good out of your Falcon mind? Good moral win. Yup. Morally.
Both. Good,
both.
Man.
Sour Pickle said, on another note, can we please get those red helmets? That's my favorite helmet. You feel like a Falcon, don't it?
That's 13-3, I believe, since we started bringing them back out. So
when the light shine off that red. He
Mm-hmm.
said, "Yeah, you're right. Would be so nice to see what I talk, and we don't even know. So just imagine." So I would say he was great in college because I was watching Penix so much in college. I got to see him popping off the TV screen too.
Talking about
Oh,
Trice, yeah.
he played with Penix, John?
Yeah, Braylon Trice was a defensive end at Washington. So
Oh,
yeah, he
that's
was
dope. I
yeah,
didn't know he
yeah.
played with. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Yep, sure did. Chris, what up,
Chris,
buddy?
what up? Tip. King Richie said, "Right, Trice might be
Hey
our
man,
Aaron Donald." Now you
from
saying,
your mouth to God's ear, buddy. Let's make it
yeah,
happen.
I
That's
love
what
it.
I'm talking about.
King Richie said, "Do you see how Penix ran the Kirk? Yeah, like a Sunny stayed around Kirk the whole game." And I appreciate that on him and him because he had to be you're humble to be like asking. Still, man, I don't know, so I'm gonna ask you. And the fact that he stayed in the building and helped, because you could be an asshole in that space. He still had the class to. He was sitting and answering. You could tell he was kind of happy for him. He was proud of him. He was talking to him. He was helping him.
Dude, they did
Like I
a
always think that's kind of cool.
yeah. Yeah, they said a prayer together in the locker in the tunnel right before the
Mm-hmm.
game, before they
Mm-hmm.
ran out. I mean,
You gotta
yeah,
love that.
yeah, you can say what you want about Kirk, man. He's just not a bad guy. You know, he's competitive as you're going to be. Anybody in that position who's going to be has been starting as long as he has, so he's not going to want to lose his job. But he's also a good, very first class human being. He's going to support the guy. He understands it's a business. You know, it's a business, and it's
And
a
you
results based business, and you weren't given the results. So
no, and it's I don't think that you all get when you have hit who he is. He was probably the in his like high school. He was the guy. When he went to college, he was the guy. You've been the guy. So when they come and they tap you and say that you ain't the guy no more, and we won't want to have you sit down, it take a great human to be like, man, ego aside, now I gotta calm myself down and be there for him because he's the guy. I gotta be in support of the guy. I got to play the I got to be in like the background, in the tambourine instead of up front where I get all the problems. It take a Larry Fitz, right? His receiver, he went to slot. He didn't complain one time. Man, I'm not as explosive as I was. He went, and the guy who handled it the best was Tony Romo. If y'all remember how classy Tony handled it when they did that to him, but they come and just, hey man, hey, oh nah, man, I thought it was nah. We decided to move on. You got to be a classy human to be like, okay. And you didn't give Matty the chance to do it, okay? You didn't. You kicked him in his ass while he was standing at the front door. He was standing by the front porch, and you kicked him in his ass, and he went falling out the screen door. I didn't like it.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm glad he wasn't here doing that shit he did in Indianapolis.
Oh, because it would have because you would have had the city turn on him.
Exactly.
And then I wouldn't have wanted to see. Yeah, that's a great point.
His last season was throwing the Kyle Pitts.
Like, yeah, he needs to get his old. And I'm like, oh no, don't do that to my man. So before he, it was we put him down before he was sick. Yeah, we put him down.
You talk to any athlete, man, any sport, the toughest thing for them is to figure out when it's done. You know what I mean? Like for them to willfully walk away from it when that's all you've done your entire life, you know. And Kirk said repeatedly that he's going to keep going until somebody tells him he's not going back out there, you know, and he's going to do the best he can. And he said, I think last week, he said, because the quote was all over everywhere. I haven't forgot how to play football. I'm like, well, I mean, maybe a little. I mean, and it's not that you forgot. It just seems like you watch the Raiders game. It's like, dude, there's no confidence. There's like, it's just you're a shell of yourself is what it looks like on the outside looking in. So it's like maybe you're not seeing the same thing or feeling the same thing, but everybody else is watching is seeing that, is really seeing that same thing, man.
King Richie said,
sorry, man.
He said, can you imagine if we had Brock Bowers tight end on our team right now?
Yeah, man. That'd be amazing.
So I would say it's nice to see Kirk supporting Penix so much. That's pretty classy. Yeah, he didn't have to do that. He could be pissed right now. But I think he agreed. And I hope that when he was in that room and they showed him why, you have to be in agreement. I am holding the team back. I am struggling. So it's not like I think that you doing me wrong and I deserve to be out there. You have to agree at this point.
Yeah.
He said Terry Fontenot is a genius. I agree with them building for now in the future. Dog, he might be, like I said, you won't be able to tell until like retrospect if he's a genius or not. But he looked pretty good to me. I don't think he should get fired. King Richie said this Terry first year is a full GM control, so I definitely don't think he's going to lose his job. I don't think he shouldn't.
Yeah, I don't think you will. It's just it's we're all speculating on conversations we don't even know that were had. You know what I mean? Like that's
Mhm.
what kills me about Twitter. It's like, oh, this is so and so's decision. Like, well, do we though? Because none of
Mhm.
us are in that room. I mean, yeah, Arthur Blank's going to have some input. Terry's going to have some input. Rich McKay apparently at one point maybe still does have some input.
Hilarious.
Yeah, right. Of course, coach is going to have input. So like, I don't know. I mean, where do you? They know where the blame is going to be assessed and
Mhm.
how their job is going to be judged, but we don't know. We're just speculating about it. So
Mhm.
it's just tough. But yeah, I mean, when you're given what he was given to start with, which was
Mhm.
basically the cap situation we had, and then to come out of it, you know,
Mhm.
it's tough.
Yeah, and it's hard to know how you feel about the guy that can stand right in front of you and make eye contact and say, "I picked Kirk," and you have your hand back like you want to slap him, and then he said, "Hold on, but I also picked Penix," and then you
Yeah.
like, mm, I don't know how to feel.
Then
Do
then you
you
go
hug?
back and it's yeah. Then you go back and say, well, you also had Mariota and Ritter, which
Yeah,
you and Art agreed with. So it's like,
yep.
yeah, like
But then you
it's just
also brought in Jesse Bates, and I don't know.
yeah, man.
How do I feel? I don't know how I feel about this person. So I don't. I feel both ways, so it just cancel out. One plus like negative is
All
zero. It
right.
just cancels itself out. JT
Yeah.
said, shaking my head, and now Justin and Russell in Pittsburgh with Arthur Smith. Yeah,
Yeah, and
hilarious.
that's and a few of the folks last year that told me I was crazy for saying that Art with a better quarterback would be was okay. Well, I mean,
Mhm,
they're having a pretty decent season up
mhm,
there this year with old Art calling plays, and he hasn't been perfect, but
mhm,
Russell's definitely a better quarterback than either of the guys that we had here last year.
mhm.
And granted,
And
he didn't. Did you watch that game yesterday? That fumble he had on, he got hit
no, I didn't
against the
see it.
Ravens. Yeah,
No.
they ended up losing the game. They were competing, but then he fumbled the ball like on the 5 yard line, which obviously
Mm.
they can't do with the play caller. But yeah, I mean, but Art and Terry both. I mean, when Ritter sold him on him, it's like, okay, well, both of you guys bought that one, and both of you
Mhm.
guys were wrong on it. But and that's the thing. Art killed him. Like if he just bet on the wrong quarterback, you know what I mean? That was what cost him his job. But
Mhm. And he wouldn't come off it.
yeah,
Well, he tried to at the end, but it didn't work. He's still
yeah.
Kirk O'Chains. It just didn't work his plan, but he's not forgotten. Now, I'm gonna stop you there, sir. I already forgot him. I don't even know. You said Kirk who? You said you Kirk Franklin. I don't know. His stint here was too short. It won't even be remembered. He didn't even finish the season, so he
If he
won't
gets
even
if
have the jersey still on sale. He won't be even. He won't be like a thought here.
no, if he gets cut, especially if he gets cut, it's
Yeah,
gonna be just a blip, or like
just
a
a
maybe
blip.
it one like a stupid ass
Yeah.
financial decision that was made, and
Yep.
you know, because
Um, mm,
yeah, I don't know. I don't. It's just I don't know. We'll see how the whole situation pans out. Like I said, I
mhm,
didn't even really tweet about it. I was surprised that it came out like this early.
mhm.
That was even the case. And that's why I assumed like this had to be somebody from, if it's in fact
Mm,
sources from Kirk's people, because why the hell would the Falcons put that out there and
mhm,
create that type of narrative, controversy, whatever you want to call it? It's just one of the things that coaches have to answer, players have to talk about, or they get asked about at least. So like nobody wants that shit, especially when you're trying to compete for a playoff spot.
mhm.
So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, for the playoffs, so yeah, like we said earlier in the show, go Cowboys, man. Bucks got to lose for us to win
Dog,
this division. We got to
hey
win out.
John, I'm not gonna lie. When you first was saying it, when it was Kirk at the helm, and we gotta go, man, undefeated. I'm thinking to myself, like I'm gonna be positive, but in my heart of hearts,
There's no damn
it
way.
is no damn way. Cause I just know
Yeah,
Kirk is gonna shit the bed, like eventually.
right.
I'm gonna be positive, but I ain't. This shit ain't gonna happen. With him, I was thinking. I told y'all what I was gonna do. I said if this man play well, you won't be able to call me off the Super Bowl. You're not. When he was doing that, I'm telling you, if we get in, we could beat anybody. Like we could be. And I believe, dog, when you put up that in his first game, I understand it was the Giants, but when he's like that in his first game,
Anything
I
is
expected to
possible
get
through Christ.
anything is possible through Christ, buddy. You got to believe, right? And now I believe that if we get in the playoffs, even in the wild card, we could win the Super Bowl, buddy. I can smell it. It's there because he's competent. And I always think like the D struggles, but I think they will make a play. Like a game, and Jesse Bates or somebody's going to just do something crazy. We getting sacks now. We forcing fumbles. I think we could have a chance to win the Super Bowl.
And they did say that, they did address that pass rush too. They said, they're rushing as a team just better now, as a unit. Like they're which is, it's obvious. You can tell every week now. That's just because we didn't know, if that was going to be like a blip on the radar, or if that was actually going to be something they could sustain from week to week. And they've just kept it up, dude. So I mean, if this is who we are, cool. I mean, that's very much welcome. We need it. We need it down the stretch, big time, because we got a Commanders game next tonight. It's going to be a tough one, man, against Jaden and that squad. It's going to be. I mean, it's going to be hyped. It's like Penix versus Jaden Daniels.
Yeah,
it's going to be. It's in Washington. It's going to be. I'm sure that stadium's going to be sold out up there.
Yeah.
With both teams starting to fight
and freezing.
Yeah. Yes, it's going to be cold as hell too. Yeah, which Penix should be fine with. He's used to cold weather, so it should be fine. Christoph on Twitter said, "Do y'all really want to pause your show now? Just think about it. The future starts now."
You start winning out. Right. I'm telling you.
Hey, look, we never say never. We never say never. We just
never say never. Yeah,
that's right. That's right. But yeah. So anyway, like I said, root for the Cowboys. They got to beat the Bucks. Somebody needs to beat the Bucks, and we need to win out. And then I think with the Panthers beating the Cardinals earlier, which is crazy, in overtime, that eliminated the Cardinals. I think if the Vikings beat Seattle, they're eliminated. So it really comes down to us and the Washington. Assuming the Bucks win out, then we need to beat Washington. Of course, we need to win out, but Washington needs to lose a game somewhere, and that's. I think they got the Cowboys and somebody else. I don't know who they're playing other than that, but so it's tough, dude. We're in a we have
Dan Quinn, baby.
That's right.
Dan Quinn.
Man, it sucked to lose to him and Arthur Smith in the same year, wasn't it?
In the same year. Oh yeah.
Man, I like DQ as a human. He's a good guy. Good guy.
And I'm proud of him. He's doing well over there, but he didn't belong over here. Yeah.
Oh, I'll never forgive him for the Super Bowl. Him and Shanahan both like that just that blows my mind. But yeah, I can't do that. But happy for him on a human level. I'm happy for him.
But we need to beat your ass.
Exactly. We need to beat your ass at home, and So you talk that would you talk about doing wonders for somebody's confidence, dude. If Penix goes out there and plays well against that team, they ask him post-game, they're like, this is gonna be a must win. He's like, yeah, I get that. He's like, I know it is, but he's like, I just have to treat it like another game, and it's like says all the right things, So I mean, that's it's gonna be challenging though for sure. Hopefully Drake's fully healthy on that hamstring and defense gets after it, and that's gonna be Jaden's gonna be one of the tougher quarterbacks that we face just because of what his dual threat, type of capability. Like he's not afraid to get out of the pocket and run. He's fast as shit. So it sucks not having Troy available because it'd be nice to have him out there with his speed. But it is what it is. We got the guys we got, so we're gonna have to go out there and make the best of it. So
I don't think that y'all get the amount of shit that is gonna be talked to me if we lose, or the amount of shit I'm gonna talk if we win. It's where I'm from. So they are gonna come for my beheading if
100%
if we lose. But man, they won't answer their phones. Everybody's gonna be busy if we win. I guarantee that. It was Christmas week. I saw you call, but the kids was playing with the new. Oh yeah, that's what. It's the kids. Because I guarantee you, if we lose, they will find time. Right? It's how it works. They will find time to tell me that we lost, but. Man, I'm gonna put some money on. I don't even bet, but I will put some money on Sunday, and we got to come through because we need it for the playoffs, and we should beat them. I think that we can beat them.
Yeah, I think we can too. We just have to, like JC said earlier in the show, man. Like today was our probably most complete game of the season, so we have to build on that. Come back and do it again next week. Dog,
I'm gonna tell you how you win. It's the key to success. It's only you need one thing. They are expecting 20 things. It's only 21st. The one thing no one is expecting, they will never see coming. Now get this. This is a radical idea. They will never see this coming. Use cow pits. Just throw the ball to cow pits. he might be wide open on the right side of the field. Just no one over there. Like they will never see that coming. Kyle Pitts, he's still on the team. All you got to do is throw to Kyle Pitts, and they have no prep for that because they're not banking on it. They haven't prepared for it. They assume that he just on the field, and he just wear the jersey. He look cool in the uniform.
Just wear the jersey.
Could use Kyle Pitts, and we can win the game. But it's gonna be a hard one if we don't.
It also pisses me off if he doesn't work out because, like, I've got that cool ass like gray Kyle Pitts jersey that I love.
Oh yeah, yep.
You know what I mean? Like I won't want to wear it anymore because it's just, you know what I mean. But and it's in our freaking intro video too. On top of that, but oh well, we'll have to do a new intro eventually. Yeah. But well, if we keep it going, of course. Yeah. But regardless, all right, man. Well, this week is Christmas, man. Like we said on the last show, Wednesday is Christmas Eve on Tuesday. So we're not going to be doing any more shows this week. This will be the only show we're going to put out. Since it's a Sunday night game, probably on Monday, we'll have depending on how the game goes and what our schedule is like, we'll probably put a show out on Monday. We're going to try to collab with JR and Jonathan from Pound for Pound soon. We have to collab now that Berto is out of YouTube jail. We got Smitty and Berto coming up soon before we get out of here. And then whatever the last show is, again, whatever the last game of the year is that we recap, we're going to have probably several different creators on and just, have a hell of a time. So,
man, it'll be the out of your Falcon mind going out of business sale, buddy. We liquidating everything. It all must go.
Yeah, man.
Bro, I'll tell you this. Please come for the last show. I think it'll be cool, but it'll be very sad. I'm gonna be emotional. I already know. But it'll be a very great show.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely will be. But yeah, so y'all look out for the all 22. Like I said, I'm gonna do my damnedest to. I'm working tomorrow. Probably I'm gonna try to take. Well, I'm definitely taking Wednesday off. I'm gonna try to take all day Tuesday. I'm gonna try to take all day Thursday. So if that's the case, I should be able to get it done between those 2 days, as long as the pup. I can do it when he's napping and everybody else is, doing something else. And I'll put that out there for myself and for y'all to see and see. We can check out I won't do much of the defense, maybe a few of the plays just to kind of throw in there, but it'll mostly be all offense. But yeah, just check that way. But I'll just keep your eyes posted on the channel for that. But guys, thank y'all so much. Well, like I said, wait, when is the next? That's gonna be the 29th. So we'll have one more show this year. We'll have a show before 2025. So
one more show in 2024.
All right, cool. All right, yeah. So y'all have a great Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever y'all celebrate, man. Hope y'all have a great week. Get everything you asked for, and start off good with a good Falcons win. So can't get any better than that.
And I just want to say this, man. It's gonna come a time on Wednesday, okay, where the whole crowd is around you, and you are gonna like rip open a shitty gift. And the person that bought you that shitty gift is going to be in direct
staring at you, smiling
with you.
Can't wait for you to
open it. Smile. Oh, you are going to love like this yearly planner I just bought you, right? And you're going to open that shit up and say, they got these on phones now. Why the fuck would I ever need a yearly, right? And then what I want you to do is master the art of. You got to turn around, turn away from them. Okay, get your face together and turn back. Oh, I was just telling so-and-so who don't exist, I needed one of these. Thanks, Nana. Just put it to the side, but do it with enthusiasm so the person feel like they got you a nice gift. If they can see the difference in the way you did their gift and other people's gift, it's going to ruin Christmas, okay? So you got to stay on 10. If you go to 10 for the greatest gift, you got to stay on 10 for all the rest of the gifts. It got to be level. If you go to 10 for this gift and then you go to 3 for this gift, it won't appear like you being a good person, okay? So if you go to 10, you must stay on 10. If you go to 9, you must stay on 9. Okay, but just imagine that somebody's gonna do it to you because they do it every year, and they're gonna look you right in your face. It's gonna be an orange turtleneck, and it's gonna be champion, some shit that we don't wear no more. Champion, it's gonna be an orange turtleneck champion shirt.
It's making a comeback.
They're gonna look you right in your face and say, like you like orange, right? And I know it gets cold in Georgia in the mornings. and you gonna be like, oh, why would I wear this creamsicle ass turtleneck? But you gotta turn. Oh, you know what? I was just saying it does get cold here, and I didn't know how I would warm up. Thank you so much. So I'm just saying,
I've never seen that color before.
Exactly. Practice it. And you could tell I can have this in the middle of the street, Grandma, and I won't get hit by a car.
Nobody will see me. They'll think I'm a worker.
Yeah, they think I'm a construction worker, Grandma. Thank you. So just master the art of the disingenuous thank you this Christmas. Just master it.
Am I making this up? Or didn't was it your grandma that used to get that type shit for you?
Oh man,
or is it somebody else?
Got me as an adult, a grown ass man. She knew as a child my thing was Toy Story as a child. And she got me, it was in a box. I'm like, oh, she got me as a grown up. So I got it. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you got me somewhere. Because she don't. So I opened the box. I couldn't make this shit up. It was like a Woody doll. And she looking right at me like thrilled. And I didn't know. Young, I had, can you imagine a grown up and everyone laughing? But she think it's like she older. So she thinking they hype because she got a good gift. So I'm just got to be like, oh, Grandma, this amazing. What if, young, this shit like wasn't pulled a string. It didn't light up. It didn't walk. It didn't talk. It was just a doll of like Woody from Toy Story. And I had to be like 30. So I was like, hey, young, I don't know what, I don't even know how to respond to this. But I gave her a big, oh, Grandma, I threw that. Well, I don't want to say, but you know.
You mean you didn't put it in your bed and sleep with it then?
Yeah, I stuck it in my bed and I sleep with it every night. But you know, that shit went right with like the wrapping paper. It went right with the wrapping paper. J Black rise up. But no, they still like bought you something. So you gotta master that, y'all. Cause I've seen some people where the drop off is like evident, where they don't even try. They like, oh yeah, and they throw it to the side and then they get to open. You can't do that. Because whoever bought you that is staring right at you. Just know that. So if you grimace or you make a face, they're looking at you. So oh wow, a pen set. I needed blue and black ink pen. Fine.
You know who's terrible at opening presents in front of people?
Who?
Amanda.
See, there are some people who would show on their face. Like, man, I don't.
She can't hide shit. Like you would. She hates it. She could be like, I mean, you can just, and you know her well enough. You could be like, oh yeah, she doesn't like that shit at all.
Oh,
like,
man,
it is so damn fun because she has to try to put that. And I know she's bull. I know when she's bullshitting, and she has to put that face on and like, oh, this is enough. But yeah, you're so full of shit. It's so bad. So yeah, but it's funny.
You have to master that skill so you don't make anybody feel bad. But like I said on the last show, if it's not that, man, I would just encourage you to it's your time to be a kid again. It's no time like Christmas because it's for fun. So you got cartoons and you got Frosty the Snowman. If you somewhere where it's cold, it's snow, you can eat candy, you got cookies, you got special Starbucks, special like the Dunkin' Donuts. There's all type of special dish you can eat, pies, cakes, candies. It's specials on if you into the floats and everything on TV. It's all type of like your Netflix. It's like your comms for like Santa and all. And you know who was in like 5 of them? Vanessa Hudgens. Oh, God is good to me. 5 of them. I don't watch all 5 in a week.
Hey, favorite Christmas movie? What is it?
Huh?
Favorite Christmas movie? What is yours?
Home Alone. Home Alone. Yeah, I haven't even watched it yet because I'm holding it for Christmas. Like I'm waiting for Christmas for Home Alone. How about yours?
Trading Places.
Love it.
It's up there.
Still
one of my favorites. Me and Amanda's actually, but Home Alone 2 is right there. I think that's Liam's. That and Elf. Elf is like right there.
Yeah.
Like they've already watched Elf. We're gonna watch Home Alone, I think tomorrow or Tuesday.
I love Home Alone. So I just want to tell y'all, it's all type of cool stuff like that, and you can go like ice skating if you got that around you. It's time for fun. It's time to sleep in. It's time to be a kid. And if they want to do race cars, play the race cars with your little kids or with like your if you got family. If they want to like TikTok, Then man, TikTok, if they want to do that, have fun, draw something. You can like make something. It's time to play with paints and you play with colors and your toys and everything. You got your tree up, you got the presents. It's just time to have a good time. So don't stress yourself out. I know some things to stress about, but it's time to take a break. You only get this time. You get a whole week to kind of children home from school. You get a whole week to get fat and sleep in and have presents and you see movies, you get pies, and you get cookies and cakes. You just enjoy yourself. So that's all I want to say. Just enjoy Christmas time and don't stress yourself. It's the end of the year. You got plenty of time to be on your stuff when the 2025 start. But for the end of this year, just relax, enjoy yourself, and eat good food around your family and friends. Have a good time. Have it in your mind to enjoy your life. You don't know when things change. So when you're here right now and you got all these candy canes in front of you and they flavor Fruity Pebbles and Starburst, you got to be enjoying life. And Penix just gave you the kickoff. So he kicked Christmas off with a great win. So from here into the end of it, enjoy your week.
100%, man. Thank y'all so much for watching tonight, man. Chat, thank y'all for showing up. If y'all watching it back on video, man, hit the like for us. Appreciate to get the video out there to everybody else that wants to see it. If you're listening to us on iTunes, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcast, drop us a 5-star review. And, comment on the video, man. Let us know what y'all think of Penix, of the game. The last few games we got going forward, man. Drop anything you want, man. And we'll do our best to respond too. So, great win, man. Great win. Great way to start the Christmas week. See y'all next Sunday or next Monday. Mike, take us out, brother.
Out of your Falcon mind. Peace.